Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to session number 2. This is what we are looking forward to, listening to Dr. Gharote's speech. Before that, I request Sneha to kindly introduce Dr. Manmath Gharote, who is our past student of Agashe College, and we are so proud to have you, sir, here with us. Over to you, Sneha.
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our second keynote speaker, Dr. Manmath Gharote, the director of the Lonavala Yoga Institute. With the first PhD in physical education from Mumbai University, Dr. Gharote's contributions span a wide range of topics, with over 25 publications based on ancient manuscripts, shedding light on the therapeutic aspects and profound wisdom encapsulated within the traditional yoga texts. Among his notable work are critical editions of the selected Yoga Upanishads and insightful analysis of ancient yoga texts such as Amanasth Yoga and Dattatreya Yoga Shastra. His comprehensive understanding of yoga philosophy and practice has earned him recognition not only within the academic circles but also among the practitioners worldwide, with over 150 yoga seminars and international yoga conferences and workshops conducted across Latin America, Europe and Asia. His dedication to spreading the teachings of yoga has facilitated the academic growth of numerous students, with several completing PhD and MPhil degrees under his guidance. His contributions have been recognized with several national and international awards, recognizing his exceptional dedication and achievements. Notably, he has been confirmed with the prestigious Doctor of Letters in Yoga, further cementing his legacy as a trailblazer in the field. Let us welcome Dr. M.L. Gharote with a big round of applause. Now I request Rajay ma'am to kindly felicitate Gharote sir.
Together, so we are
Hello. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Very good afternoon to everyone. It's a great opportunity for me to take part in this international conference because I am past student of this Chandrashekhar Agashe College. In the year 1991-92, I completed my masters. At that time, I was sitting in front of the teachers, and today it's an honor for me that my teachers are sitting in front of me. Nimkar Madam, D.B. Kulkarni Sir, Kulkarni Madam, Vaksaure Madam, Ujwala was my colleague. Time is very short. We have only around 45 to 50 minutes, and I will try to sum up everything in that stipulated time. And I feel it is very easy for me to sum up because thanks to Dr. Nagendra Guruji, my dear Dr. Anandji, They made my work very simple. Thanks to Pallavi as well, because in her preliminary address, she spoke something beautifully. And overall, now it's easy task for me to sum up everything. It is always a pleasure to hear Dr. Anandji. He is very famous for his straightforward talk, which is very difficult, but I admire you for such things. Time is short, and as we all know, that the title of this conference is, can you bit start it so that maybe. So the topic of this international conference is mat to mind. Everyone is talking about this concept of mind. And today I would like to speak something about the importance of ancient yogic wisdom in modern era, considering the role of mind. Because as we know, this mind is very important. And few questions we want to discuss about. For example, what is the meaning of ancient yogic wisdom? We have seen Dr. Ananda threw some light as far as ancient wisdom is concerned, and then expression about the concept of mind and its workings, abilities, and finally we see some of the yogic practices to achieve mental health. But I really would like to congratulate to the organizers of this conference to select this topic, because unfortunately, sorry to say, still people consider yoga is just physical. People consider just it is physical acrobatic, whereas it is not. And the purpose is to go beyond body and also to understand various functions of the mind. So I really would like to congratulate for selecting this beautiful topic from body to mind or from mat to mind. But still, sky is the limit, and we have to think about more beyond what is beyond body, what is beyond mind, and then what is beyond the mind. So here, let us try to understand something about ancient wisdom. As I told you, this ancient wisdom came to us from different traditions. Yoga is a very ancient subject, as we all know. It is not modern subject. And different traditions were there through which we are capable to understand this yoga today in modern era. And basically there were three traditions. One is called subtle tradition, another is called oral tradition, and third is called written tradition. Through these three traditions, today we are capable to understand what is yoga. So what is this subtle tradition? It is a remarkable tradition. Master or guru used to remember the student, just gaze to the student, just touch to the student, and knowledge is transferred. What a remarkable technique we were having. Today, this technique is there, but the problem is, maybe students are not capable to grasp that knowledge. So, this was one technique we were having in ancient era. The second is called the oral tradition. What is oral tradition? Guru used to speak and student used to hear, and when student become a teacher or guru, they used to transform same knowledge next to next generation. This is called oral parampara. वाणीच्या माध्यमाने दिलेलं ज्ञान. But those who are not part of this subtle tradition, those who are not part of this oral tradition, still they want to learn something. What is the alternative? And the third alternative is called as written tradition. And most of the masters, they have mentioned everything in the form of manuscripts. This is the beauty. Believe me, to understand yoga, there are only two ways. There is no third way. The first is tradition, another is ancient literature. And all the masters, they have mentioned everything so beautifully in the ancient literature called manuscripts, but we don't know exactly what is written over there because we don't know what is the language. We don't know Sanskrit, and that's the problem. So here, number of beautiful manuscripts are there by which we are capable to understand. Have you seen some of the manuscripts up till now in your life? Original manuscripts. People, they have stolen from our country, but we don't know. I'll take this opportunity. I'm having some. All the beautiful manuscripts you will enjoy. We have every record with us. But sorry to say, forget about reading, we don't even know how to hold. Very pathetic condition is there. And that is the reason why we don't know what is yoga. Everything is written beautifully over here, but we don't know. Trillion, million manuscripts are there, but we don't know. So, if we want to understand what is yoga, there are several means, and one is this manuscript, another is the tradition. So all the great masters, number of traditions are there. But no question will come, why I am telling this to you? कुछ लोग कहेंगे सर गड़े मुर्दे क्यों उखाड़ रहे हो? पुराने जमाने में ट्रेडिशन था. We are in modern era now. Why we want to learn all such things? So to understand what is the importance of ancient literature in modern era, first we have to understand what is modern era. What is modern era? Modern era means we are having every prosperity. We are having everything. Material prosperity is there. But inward peace is lacking. We are not having everything. If you ask me, you have mobile, you say, yes, I am having two mobiles. If you say car, two two-wheelers. Bangalore, one Bangalore, एक घर में उधर वहाँ पे गांव में है, एक पूना में है, एक मुंबई में है. Material prosperity is there, but inward peace is lacking, and that's why, unfortunately, we are suffering with disintegration. What we want integration, but unfortunately, we are suffering with this disintegration, and due to this, we don't know how to cope up with the present scenario, and that's why number of psychosomatic disorders are there. म्हणजेच मानसिक. Psychosomatic का मतलब है related to the mind. The biggest problem modern young generation is having is frustration. Have you heard this term frustration? Very interesting. What is the meaning of frustration? All the psychologists, they made this definition beautifully, which is very difficult to understand, frankly speaking. What is frustration? They say frustration is a state of disparity between level of expectations and level of achievement. Very difficult to understand. In simple words, what is frustration? जो मुझे चाहिए वो नहीं मिला, और जो मिला है वो मुझे नहीं चाहिए. जो मिला है और जो चाहिए, इसके बीच में जो गैप है वो है फ्रस्ट्रेशन. In the morning, I need coffee, I got tea. Now the gap between coffee and tea is called frustration. ये गैप अगर बढ़ गया तो फ्रस्ट्रेशन बढ़ गया. ये गैप अगर कम हो गया तो फ्रस्ट्रेशन कम हो गया. The point is, whatever problems you have in your life, are you capable to minimize the gap between two? If you are capable to minimize, you are master of your own. And if you are not capable to minimize the gap, you are slave of the situation. So remember, problem is not in the problem, but problem is you don't know the solution for the problem. As and when you get the solution for the problems, problems turns to an opportunity. दोन प्रकारची माणसं आहेत. एक वारंवार त्यांच्या जीवनात संधी येते आणि प्रत्येक संधी त्यांना संकट वाटायला लागतं. पण अशी माणसं फार दुर्मिळ की ज्यांच्या जीवनात संकट येतं आणि संकट म्हणजेच त्यांच्यासाठी संधी असते. यू हॅव टू डिसाइड युअर इन विच कॅटेगरी. Why two different categories are there? And I will speak on because the topic is related to the mind. So here, due to that, number of psychosomatic disorders are there and we don't know what is to be done. Yoga is there, but still we consider yoga is just physical acrobatic. 2 kilo वजन कम करना, only flexibility to digest pizzas and burgers. Sorry to say, but really masters, they invented yoga to digest your pizzas and burgers. It is a need of the hour. We have to recollect what is yoga. So here, what are the problems in modern era? Why disturbances are there in our life? And the reason is number of your friends at left side. These are all the great things you know. Every day we always think about stress-related problems, psychosomatic ailments, anxiety disorders, negativity, phobia, frustration, depression, conflict. You know everything. And constantly those things are hammering on your brain, and that is the reason we don't know what is to be done. We say we are master of the situation. Sorry to say, in reality, we are slave of the situation. It is alarming time to understand exactly. So what to do? When our mental state is disturbed, all the 5 aspects of personality, it is disturbed. No need to tell my physical education students, when we talk about personality, there are 5 aspects of personality which is physical, mental, emotional, social and spiritual. जब हम व्यक्तित्व कहते हैं तो व्यक्तित्व के 5 घटक हैं: शारीरिक, मानसिक, भावनिक, सामाजिक और आध्यात्मिक. So when mental state is disturbed, it affects all the 5 aspects of personality. And then what happens? Then maybe yoga is the way out. If yoga is the way out, we have to understand first what is yoga. You may think, what childish question I'm asking? छोटे बच्चों का प्रश्न मैं पूछ रहा हूं क्या यहाँ पर? सभी योग जानते हैं और मैं बोल रहा हूं योग क्या है? So really it is the need of the hour first to understand what is yoga. So here, as we all know, a great master 2500 years old, 2000 years back, they have mentioned, he has written one text, and that is Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in which he gave a beautiful definition of yoga, and that is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Patanjali is not telling yoga is for reduction of 2 kg weight. Patanjali is not telling it is for flexibility. He is not telling for pizza and burgers. Try to understand. He is telling yoga chitta vritti nirodha. What is the meaning of this? A beautiful quotation. If someone will ask you what is the definition of yoga, and if you say yoga chitta vritti nirodha, people will salute you. But for that you have to understand what is the meaning of the sutra. And the meaning is complete cessation of modification of thoughts. It means that yoga is related to your thoughts. Maybe it is related to your physical aspect, but moreover, it is beyond physical. And that's why, my dear students of physical education, if you recall the definition of physical education, what is the definition of physical education? Physical education is not the education of physical, but through the physical. शारीरिक शिक्षा ये शरीर की शिक्षा नहीं है, शरीर के द्वारा दी जाती है. उसी प्रकार से योग एजुकेशन इज नॉट एजुकेशन ऑफ फिजिकल बट थ्रू द फिजिकल. ये थ्रू द फिजिकल है मीन्स व्हाट? सो योगः चित्त वृत्ति निरोधा मीन्स complete cessation of modification of thoughts. It means that if you observe minutely, you will realize that number of thoughts are running. Some people are sitting in front of me so sincerely. Physically they are so attentive, but mentally they already reached to the pandal where they get the food. They start thinking at 1 o'clock, I don't know how far he will speak. More 1 hour? What about my food? So you already reached to the pendulum through mind, but physically you are here. What is the success story? What is the success story? The success story is when body and mind both are together, then only you will achieve the success. छोटे बच्चों को देखते हैं ना, रात भर पढ़ाई करता है बच्चा, किताब सामने रहती है, माँ बाप बड़े खुश हो जाते हैं, मेरा लड़का फर्स्ट रैंक लाने वाला है। जब रिजल्ट लगता है तो उसको 0 मार्क्स मिलते हैं, तब पता चलता है कि उसके सामने किताब तो खुली है, लेकिन मन उसका पोकेमॉन, डोरेमॉन, ग्राउंड यहाँ वहां जाता है। So try to understand, when body and mind is together, then only it is possible to achieve the success. So here, what is the concept of chitta? If Patanjali is talking about yoga chitta vritti nirodha, so what is the concept of chitta? And chitta has 3 aspects. Chitta has 3 aspects. It is mind, ego, and intellect. We know about ego. Dr. Ananda explained beautifully. We also know about buddhi, he explained. We have to understand the play of mind because the topic is related to from mat to mind. What is the work of mind? The work of mind is to produce the thoughts. From where thoughts are being produced? From the mind. And when more thoughts are there, it is difficult for us to manage. And then it's a chaos in our life. What is the purpose of ego? Ego means I-ness. We are doing everything to satisfy our ego. And what is the role of intellect? The role of intellect is to plan everything. So how they 3 work together? Thoughts are there from the mind. They are my thought. I have to plan properly. But no one is judging whether those thoughts are good or bad or ugly or useless. No one is judging whether those thoughts are useful for me, for my upliftment. Thoughts are coming, ego is there to fulfill, intellect is ready to plan. And that's why we don't know we are reaching up to the chaos or we are reaching up to the real development. So here, we want to focus on mind, not on ego and intellect. Time is short. So I would like to only speak about mind. So as I told you, thoughts are being produced from the mind, but what is mind? We always speak about mind. हम हमेशा मन के बारे में बात करते हैं, लेकिन मन क्या है यही मालूम नहीं है. We have seen the definition. What was the definition? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. And chitta has 3 aspects. One is mind, another is ego, third is intellect. So let us try to understand what is mind. All the thoughts are being produced from the mind. And how thoughts are coming in the mind? This mind is like a beehive. मधमाशाचं पोळं असतं ना, मधुमक्खी का छत्ता, उस प्रकार से ये मन है. What exactly going on in this mind? There are several compartments, and all the sense organs are constantly going out, collect rubbish and preserved in the mind, and then process start. What is going on? As I told you, more thoughts, more problems. How thoughts are coming in our mind? From the sense organs. They collect the information from external world. They are not judging whether that information is good or bad. They dump in the mind and then process start. What is the process? Interesting process is going on. All the sense organs, they collect the information from external world. They pass on to the mind, and from mind, thoughts are being produced, and to that thoughts we give emotions and the feeling. And now remember, if we give the negative emotions for everything, then it's a disaster. For example, Vijay is going in the restaurant to eat pizza. He's sitting with a friend in Domino's. And what happens? They order the pizza. And unfortunately, jhagda ho gaya, quarrel. Now, whenever he will pass from Domino's in any of the country, what will happen? His friend will say, come, let us have that pizza. He will say, no. When you go in the Domino's, fighting is there. We try to communicate both the things. Impressions are already stored in the mind. Again, we get the impressions and they are started flourishing. So remember, here, if you develop all the negative emotions inside, maybe external world is so beautiful, still you always start thinking guilty, shameful, angry. Why? Maybe you are in Switzerland, still you are very sad because the problem is at inside, and that's why here opposite situation. Maybe you want me to stop? ही एक चांगली पद्धत आहे थांबवण्यासाठी. So, but vice versa. Maybe there is a disaster in your life, but if you are at positive side, then you are capable to achieve control on any of the disastrous situations. So remember, problem is not the problem. What is your outlook towards the problem? संकट हे संकट नाहीये, तुम्ही त्या गोष्टीकडे कशा प्रकारे बघताय, यामुळे त्या गोष्टीची तीव्रता ही वाढूही शकते किंवा कमीही होऊ शकते. So you have to understand that problem is at mental and emotional level. Problem is not at external level. What is your response to the problem? So here, let us try to understand today how to transform this pratipula paristhiti into anukula paristhiti. From negative situation, how to transform in positive situation. We want that because most of the things are there in this world. Every day new virus is coming. We don't know how to cope up. How far you are capable to run behind the virus? So rather to run behind the virus, it is better to immune yourself in such a way, beautifully explained by Dr. Anandji regarding this. So here the question is, so let us try to understand where is the problem. If you understand this, you will understand everything. Then you are free to tell me to stop. But this is very interesting thing I would like to tell you. As thanks to Pallavi, because in her introductory talk, she said, a human being is a combination of 5 aspects of personality. And they are physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. Now exactly what is going on here? I would like to tell you. Now we are having 5 aspects of our personality. And they are physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. There are 5 aspects. Now what is going on? We are part of society. And society has only one assignment. And what is that assignment? That assignment is called FFM. You know what is the full form of FFM? It is called Fault Finding Mission. They always try to find your problems. Whatever you are doing, they are always ready to blame you. Anything you are doing, they are always there too. And what happens then? The society is creating trouble at your emotional level. Constantly going on. Whatever you are doing, society will blame you. Up to certain level, you are capable to cope up at emotional level. But then time comes when you say, now it is not possible for me. But no one taught us what is to be done up till now. We have learned lot of subjects from school education to college education. But we don't know really what is to be done for emotional problems. How to release those problems. And then, more hammering is there. We don't know what is to be done. The problems which are at emotional level, we don't know, but this body is beautiful machine. The problems which are at emotional level shifted to mental level now. The problems which are at emotional level shifted to mental level internally. Again, for the time being, we are happy, we are little relaxed, but still society is doing their work sincerely, hammering always, giving always blaming to you, and then emotional level is full. Now mental level is also full. We don't know what is to be done. But again, this body is beautiful machine and internal adjustment is going on. The problem which are at emotional level shifted to mental level. Still we don't know what is to be done. And now the third stage shifted to physical level. But here kahani mein twist hai. Here you have to understand. Now the problems are at emotional level, shifted to mental level, but from mental, problems are not shifted, only the symptom of the problem is shifted. Problem is still at mental level. Problem is at emotional level. So, only symptoms are here. It is a simple logic. It is not a rocket science. That if problems at mental level, you have to treat mental level. What you are doing here at physical level? If problem is at mental and emotional level, you have to treat at mental and emotional level. It is so simple mechanism. But how to treat mental level, how to treat emotional level, no one taught us. But there is a good sign that if problems are coming from emotional to mental and from mental to physical, can it be possible? Use your body to train your mind and emotional level. Can it be possible? And answer is yes. But for that, you should understand how to use your body. Unfortunately, thanks to Dr. Anand when you spoke beautifully about the concept of asana, unfortunately, modern exercise system is forcefully implemented on the practice of asana. That's why we don't know what is asana, what is exercise. Sorry to say, but this is the problem. I feel my physical education students, they know better than other people in the world now. Because they know there are two types of exercises. One is called static, another is called dynamic. Dynamic means when repetitions are there, static means no repetition. But again in the static, there are two aspects. One is active static and passive static. Again you have to remember, asana is not active, it is passive. When you stretch, you relax. Again I say, when you stretch, you relax. You forget whole lecture, but remember this. It is not forceful or jerky movement. It is relaxation. And why relaxation is more important? Because the pressure which is at mind level, emotional level, shifted to your body level. And if you relax your body, automatically the mind is tranquilizing. Automatically mind is relaxed. I am not against of dynamic practice. I am not telling dynamic is wrong and static is best. I am not even telling static is wrong, dynamic is best. What is your aim? If you want to develop your biceps and triceps, directly go in the gym and perform the dumbbells. But my dear, for the sake of yoga, don't tell it is dumbbells yoga. You spoil all the beauty of yoga. It is so clear. It is so clear. But people, they don't know. And they do anything. You just have to open the internet and you find all the useless and rubbish types of yoga. That is not our topic. But it is the need of the hour that if you are a torch bearer of the yoga, You are staying in India. India is recognizing for such things. It is your moral responsibility, at least not to dilute the things. So here, all the practices which you perform, maybe asana, you perform through body, but it is not for the body. That's why asanas are not physical, they are psychophysical in nature. You perform through body, but where you get effects? At mental level or emotional level. And all the practices which you perform through body, remember, they are not only for the body, they are for the mind. And higher your personality is spiritual personality. If spiritual personality is fine, then really believe me, all the problems which are coming from social arena are diluted and you are ready to cope up anything in the life. So spiritual, but spiritual doesn't mean every day you are going in the temple or you are reading the scriptures. Spirituality means you are having inner peace, joy, happiness, you are happy with your work. And someone asked me, can you give me the ready reckoner of spirituality? So I thought, let us tell to you the ready reckoner of spirituality. You know ready reckoner. Physical education students, they know ready reckoner. Ready reckoner means, for example, your weight is 60, your height should be this much. This is called ready reckoner, the chart. And someone asked me, can you give me ready reckoner of spirituality? And I would like to tell you this ready reckoner, and you have to decide, are you really spiritual? There are 4 types of people in the world. There is no 5th person you will find. Only 4 types of people. There is no 5th. The first person you will see will tell, it doesn't matter I'll get or not anything, but you should get, my dear. मुझे जीवन में कुछ नहीं मिला तो चलेगा, लेकिन आपको मिलने दो. This is the first category. The second category people you will find, they will say, I should get, you should get. मुझे भी मिलने दो, तुम्हें भी मिलने दो. The third category people will say, everything I should get, you should not get. जगातलं सगळं मलाच, दुनिया का सब मुझे ही मिलना चाहिए, आपको नहीं. और fourth category people will say, it doesn't matter whether I'll get or not, but
You should not get.
मुझे मिला नहीं तो भी चलेगा, लेकिन ऐसा विजय जी ने कहा, मुझे नहीं मिला तो भी चलेगा, लेकिन सामने वाले को मिलना चाहिए. You have to check you are in which category. If you feel you are in 4th category, try to come in 2nd, try to come in 3rd. If you are in 3rd, try to come in 2nd. If you feel you are in 2nd, sincerely try to come in 1st. If you feel you are in 1st category, please maintain it. So this is the ready reckoner. You have to think. Spirituality doesn't mean you go do such and all such. You go in the temple, definitely you will be benefited. If you read or you do namasmaran or whatever, definitely you will be benefited. But yoga is not talking about. Yoga means, are you capable to enjoy your life? If yes, you are spiritual. So here, those who understood this, they are like a monk in this materialistic world. But those who are not capable to understand, this is not the photo, it is the mirror. You can check it. So here, we have to understand. So, what is the problem in the diseases? Remember, all the activities are mental activities, not physical problems. All the activities are mental activities, and that's why when you give treatment, you should not give treatment only to the body, but you should give treatment also to the mind. And that's why yoga is the only pathy, only subject, only philosophy by which you are capable to train your mind. And that's why whole world is running behind that. So here, it is very dangerous slide I would like to share with you. This is the result from WHO. They say, the problem is, we feel in India, mental health is a non-talk topic. We should not speak about this. This is our problem in India. No one should speak about mental problems. We are not even ready to speak about mental things here. So, the observation of WHO, they say more than 20 crore people, means 1/6 of the people they are suffering with mental problems here. And more problematic is, this is prior to COVID in 2019. So remember, after COVID, what is the situation? If yoga teachers are there, definitely, very humbly I would like to tell you, Divinity has offered you a great opportunity. Don't spoil this opportunity only in reduction of the 2 kg weight or digestion of pizza and burgers. If you are capable to find some solution for the people at the mind level, you can do miracles. And no need to spend anything. Only you have to understand the fundamental principles of yoga. Unfortunately, those fundamental principles of yoga is mentioned in ancient texts, but we don't know. And that's why we do whatever we want. So here, if still time is there, 5 minutes. Yeah, I can utilize 5 minutes. And I will tell you how mind is playing with you. You will be surprised to see how mind is playing with you. Number of layers are there of the mind. You don't even know those layers. Number of layers are there. And I would like to share only 7 layers with you. These are different layers of the mind. For example, peripheral mind, intensive mind, intrinsic, abysmal, cloud stand, obscure, obtuse. Number of layers. हम तो नाम भी नहीं जानते, मन का काम क्या जानेंगे. So different layers are there and you will enjoy those layers when I explain. Forget about the technical terms. आपको सिर्फ इतना ही देखना है कि क्या आपके साथ ऐसे होता है क्या. अगर होता होगा तो आपको समझना है कि हाँ, मेरे माइंड का ये लेयर इस वक्त काम कर रहा है. Only you have to understand. First, for example, peripheral intensive. Let us try to, what is peripheral mind? The peripheral mind means we want to say without consideration. Most of the time, 3, 4, 5 people are standing together. We don't know the topic. Still we start our own topic. We don't know what exactly what we are talking about. और चारों लोग हमारे पास देखते हैं. What is going on with him, man? Our topic is different. Without consideration, we speak. This is one layer of the mind. The second layer is intensive. Yes. कभी-कभी हम सोचकर भी बोलते हैं. Sometimes, yeah, once in a blue moon, once in a life maybe. So this is one layer. Intrinsic mind means what? Lie thought. Think, analyze, but say as per the situation. होता है आपके साथ? For example, they invited me, and maybe I asked how was the lecture. Now she will say, oh, how to say it was useless. So she will say, no, it was fantastic lecture. So think, analyze, but see as per the situation. होता है ऐसे आपके साथ? जैसे आप काम करने ऑफिस में जाते हो, बॉस बहुत तकलीफ देता है आपको, लेकिन बॉस पूछता है मेरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कैसा है? आप कहते हो आपके जैसा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन किसी का नहीं है. You do like this sometimes? Yes. One layer of mind is working. For example, abysmal. Thoughts are already stored and come out. Topic कुछ हो रहा है, आप कुछ बोल रहे हो. जैसे मॉर्निंग में सुबह पूछता है कोई, कैसे हो? अभी आपका आंसर सेट है कि वो क्या कहेगा, बहुत अच्छा है, इट इज सेट. लेकिन वो कहता है और उसके आंसर पे आपको कहना है वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. अब क्या होता है, आप पूछते हो कैसे हो? वैसे क्या बताऊं, प्रॉब्लम था रात भर, तबीयत खराब थी. आप सुनने के लिए तैयार नहीं हो. आप क्या कहते हो? So this is going on with your mind. This is one type of layer. The next is called cloud stand. This is interesting. Cloud stand means you know, but you want to hide from others. हाँ? आपको मालूम है, जैसे बीपीएड के क्लास में बच्चों ने ग्लास तोड़ दिया. अभी पूरे क्लास को मालूम है. रिस्पेक्टेड कामिनी सर क्लास में आ गए और पूछा किसने तोड़ा है. अभी मालूम सबको है, लेकिन वो कैसे, कौन सी कांच, किसने तोड़ा, कांच क्या होती है सर, मैं नहीं था. दिस इज कॉल्ड you know, but you want to hide. This is one type of one layer of the mind. Are you doing like this? Be careful. Now they know now your layers. Obscure mind, fact want to know but hidden by itself. कभी ऐसे हुआ है चश्मा लगाकर चश्मा ढूंढा हो? अच्छा, कभी ऐसे हुआ है रात में मोबाइल ढूंढने के लिए मोबाइल की टॉर्च लगा के मोबाइल ढूंढा हो? दिस इज कॉल्ड अनादर। या सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग है, मुझे लगता है कि ये माइंड शायद योग वालों की प्रॉपर्टी है, ये लास्ट वाला ऑब्ट्यूज माइंड। वी डोंट नो दैट वी डोंट नो। हमें यही मालूम नहीं है कि हमें मालूम नहीं है। शायद योग वालों के साथ ऐसा है क्या, कुछ भी सिखाओ योग है। मेरा एक दोस्त था, उसने कहा रोज योगा करता हूं। मैंने बोला कौन सा? उसने कहा सोफा योग। मैंने बोला ये क्या होता है? उसने कहा बस पड़ा रहता हूं सोफा के ऊपर। आर यू रियली डूइंग सच थिंग्स? डोंट कम इन द फील्ड ऑफ योगा। Really you want to help the people, then only it is. So these are different layers. I am just sharing 7. Hundreds of layers are there. Still 2 minutes are there. I will utilize this. So everyone is talking about the mind. Bhagavad Gita is telling bandhuratma namastasya yainatme vatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve varte tatmeva shatruvat. What is the beautiful meaning? 6:6. If you are capable to control the mind, you are master of the mind. But if you don't know how to control the mind, then you are slave of the mind. So remember, किसी ने कहा था राह तो सीधी है लेकिन मोड़ सारे मन के हैं। आप क्या लेके जाते हो इस कॉन्फ्रेंस से अलग बात, लेकिन एक बात तो जरूर आपको सोचनी है कि you are slave of your mind or you are master of your mind. Your mind make you to dance or you make your mind to dance. आपको आपका मन नचा रहा है या आपके हाथ में मन अभी है? So here everyone is talking about development of character. Just 2-3 minutes. You tell me I stop. Yeah. Yes, everyone is thinking about the food. So everyone is talking about character. To develop the character, everyone is running behind the character nowadays. But you know what is character? To develop the character within 1 day or 2 days, it is not possible. It is a chain. What is the chain? As you think, so you act. Action leads to habit, and habit forms the character. ये थिंकिंग जो पहला वाला है ना, the thinking is related to your mind. If your mind is not stable, you cannot create your character. That's why if you want to develop this character, that's why it is said mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. So number of texts got opportunity to publish based on all the manuscripts, and most of the texts they are talking about only one thing. Yoga is for mind. And what is life? Life is mind game. You have to think you are a master of your mind, then you are successful. If you think you are a slave of your mind, then sorry, it is not possible for you to achieve success. Time is not there, but this is very important concept. 3 minutes? 3 minutes?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Question answers?
No, please explain this.
You tell me.
Sir, please. Both.
Better to stop because we have to obey the rules over here.
No, explain, please.
Okay. Question answer session is there. So it is a deal between you and me. Don't ask the question and give time to me to speak. Okay.
Explain.
Please.
मुझे वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन वाला वीडियो बनाता है। नहीं वो गया अभी गया मतलब बैटरी पूरा ड्रेन आउट हो गया, इसलिए तो बंद किया अभी मैं दूसरे फोन से। तो इसका भी मुझे लेना था, बहुत सही बोले थे वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन। लंच के टाइम लगाती हूँ लेकिन चार्जर लाई हूँ सर। मुझे इसका सुनना है चित्तवृत्ति। इसको भी नहीं है, ये तो मैम ने अच्छा समझाया था क्लास में।
minutes, then let me go. Yeah. 3 minutes, sorry. I know you are hungry, sorry. 3 minutes.
We are not hungry, sir. We are hungry to listen you.
Yes. Yeah, you can continue.
We can avoid
Here, I was talking about yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. The definition of chitta. And we have to understand exactly what is chitta inside. I told you about mind aspect only. One, what is chitta? So let us try to understand this chitta has 5 working capacities. 5 levels are there of this chitta. I only explained about mind, but whole chitta means mind, ego and intellect. When it is working, it has 5 different levels. And they are called as kshipta, moodha, vikshipta, ekagra and niruddha. But I will explain with the diagram, you will understand what I wanted to tell. So here, what is kshipta? If you consider circle as your mind and arrows like a thoughts, can you say this person is very balanced? At one side to attend the lecture, at other side food is ready, at other side next program is there, whether I park my vehicle properly or not, hundreds of thoughts are there. This state is called kshipta. So comparatively kshipta, moodha is better. Why moodha is better? Because at least, yes, that the thoughts are less and in one direction. But what is the meaning of yogaha chitta vritti nirodha? Complete cessation. We don't want one thought even. So the second is moodha. Comparatively, kshipta and moodha, vikshipta is better. Why? Because thoughts are less and in one direction. Like, forget about conference, only food and food. So this is called like vikshipta. Then ekagra. Comparatively, kshipta, moodha, vikshipta, ekagra is the best. Why? Only one thought is there. Arjuna, remember Arjuna. Fakta mashaच्या डोळ्यालाच मारायचंय. This is called, and when you are at ekagra level, you are capable to achieve. So these are different. And finally, the purpose, no thought, no problem here. So remember, here 5 levels. Now how to judge where yoga fits? Last 1 minute, where yoga fits. A person who is kshipta, how is his behavior? He is very angry. For example, person is there and you tell him to wait, others should take food from prior to you. And if he is kshipta, then you will witness Mahabharata over there in the food stall. He is always having ignorance, he is always having immoral thoughts. Very low people, he is always agitated. Any reason is there, he is always angry. Moodha person, always raga dvesha. He is happy and suddenly he is very angry. For example, he is having temporary happiness, misery. शादी में ऐसे लोगों के साथ जाओ, उसके थाली का रसगुल्ला ले लिया तो वो गुस्सा हो जाते हैं, और 2 उसको रसगुल्ला दे दिया तो बड़े खुश हो जाते हैं. So they are at very temporary level. And then vikshipta, they are having little vision and aim, little higher than. Ekagra is the best. Though people, those who are capable to perform meditation or prayers, those who are in this yoga field maybe, they are at this. And finally it is niruddha. So remember, those who are at kshipta level, life is so confusing for them. What they want, they don't get. What they get, they are not satisfied. What they expect never happens. What they hate, always repeat. And same with this. And finally the person who is ekagra, no confusion. What they want, always they get and always satisfied. What they expect always happens. What they hate, always possible to avoid. This is the purpose of yoga. 2 kilo wajan nahi. उसके लिए 2 दिन खाना नहीं खाओगे, कम हो जाएगा. But try to understand, it is a mind game. So all the practices in yoga, they designed for mental and emotional stability. So only physical we don't want. We want mental, emotional, social and spiritual as well. A small program we can do. Time is not there, just I run away. Some asanas you can perform with flexion and extension. There are 4 different movements of your spine: forward bending, backward bending. Every day, if you have 15 minutes, you can perform it. And some asanas: forward bending, backward bending, lateral and twist. Then, for example, some topsy-turvy poses to change the polarities, which is from me to thee, as Dr. Ananda says, it is to transform me to we, all topsy-turvy poses. Then some relaxative postures to remove the psycho-physical tension, and then some of the Shuddhi Kriyas for proper circulation of blood, and finally this pranayam to control over autonomic nervous system. We know autonomic nervous system is very important. And finally, if it is possible, sit with yourself, try to hear what is going on inside, what your body wanted to tell you. So this is the program you can do. What you want? You want this?
No.
Or you want this? Yeah. So the purpose of yoga is this. Purpose of yoga is not. So, unfortunately, this is last slide, which is very important. When they started yoga, all the great masters, they started with Swaswarupa Yoga to understand your true nature. Who we are, what is the purpose of our life, what we have to do here. We are not here only to eat, drink and die. There must be some purpose. So what is the purpose? To know yourself, and that purpose was Swaswarupa, to understand you. And then, I don't know whether it is a development or downfall of yoga, but you have to think. This is the question I would like to put in your court. Then people started using yoga for Adhyatmika yoga, only for spiritual purposes. Then people started using yoga only at Buddhi yoga to understand at intellectual level. Then as we went far away from our true nature, number of diseases were there, and Chikitsa yoga, then Vyayam yoga, Krida yoga, Spardha yoga, I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether it is a downfall or it is a upliftment. If you sincerely feel it is a downfall, be careful, because people selected you to guide the people for their benefits, and benefits should be at mental and emotional level. So don't be trapped in all the useless and nonsense things are going on in the world on the name of yoga, which is nothing to do with yoga. Continue your knowledge related to ancient literature written by all the masters, and I'm sure you find all the solutions. So this is the vast spectrum of the topic, this importance of ancient yogic wisdom in modern era. Thank you very much. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
दोनों की नोट्स रखो, दोनों की नोट्स रखो। कहाँ थे? नहीं गया। हमारे लिए मेरी टॉपिक कर रहे हैं, उसका टॉपिक।
Thank you for such an inspiring, enlightening and mindful session. Sir, you actually taught us the real meaning of Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Indeed, this session will help us to dive into our inner thoughts and try to improve the 5 aspects of our personality. Thank you once again, sir. Now we are open to take questions for both the speakers. One question each as we are running out of time.
When you understand everything, no question. You understand nothing, no question.
That's wonderful. If you have any questions for both the speakers, you may please raise your hand and pose the question. Yes.
मैं तो रोज करती हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने तेरे से किया नहीं, यहाँ पे बैठते नहीं, मैं करती
But nowadays, now what I heard, the role of artificial intelligence and that AMI into the yoga. So how will you a little bit details about this artificial intelligence and MI? So how to cope up with these things?
Thank you for that question. Artificial intelligence and yoga. I think first of all, Just as Manmath ji had pointed out, yoga is transforming throughout human history. Transformation is good, but mutation is not good. So we have to be careful that when we bring all these new ideas into yoga, or yoga into new ideas, we don't mutate it. That is first thing. And I believe that natural intelligence is always superior to artificial intelligence. And yoga works on enhancing natural intelligence.
Created artificial. So what is highest?
Creation, I mean, that is
Natural, created, artificial. So what is highest?
natural.
You have that. Use it.
Only if you have the natural, you can create.
You research on natural intelligence rather to research on artificial.
Sir, I have a question about yogasanas. Many people say that children below 8 or 12 should not practice the difficult asanas. So, can you put some light on it? And also, one more question is there. Even it is almost impossible for us to sit in normal sitting position also for half an hour. We get the sensation of tingling sensation, something like that in our feet. So, is it possible with only controlling our mind, or is that domain different than mental thing?
First of all ages can do yoga. Everybody can do yoga. Yoga is accessible to each and every person. But all practices of yoga may not be appropriate at different ages. So for what a pregnant mother should do will be different than a young girl, will be different than someone in their 60s. Similarly, the asanas that can be done by young kids should be taken so that they are not preventing any growth issues. So if the musculoskeletal system is not developed properly and putting strain on the musculoskeletal system before its proper development, we may lead to issues later. So rather than saying this age can do, this age cannot do, what I suggest is age appropriate yoga practices can be given safely. Age inappropriate yoga practices should be avoided. That is the safest option. And regarding your question on sitting, I believe that each person can go beyond physical thresholds through abhyasa. We find people are able to do amazing things through practice. But at the same time, you should not murder yourself. So don't be violent to yourself in the name of abhyasa. Because ahimsa is the first rule of yoga. So be kind to yourself, practice until you reach what is for you. And don't compare with somebody. They can sit for 3 hours, doesn't you have to sit for 3 hours. Each person is individual. We need to find the excellence of each individual.
I think that's a lot of food for thought for all of us, and the food is also waiting outside before we break for the lunch. Let us give a big round of applause to both of you. Attending a yoga conference is maybe a little difficult for physical education people, but however they have stuck to it, they're sitting, that means they're enjoying the conference. Physical education people are very restless, but everybody, you have made them sit, so it's really amazing. Thank you both of you for being here and guiding us. मेरे बच्चे जो हैं वो यहीं बैठेंगे. I request all the delegates that we're now breaking for